there, my name is Cole. This is Transpired Indigo. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm so glad you're here. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified every time a new video comes up. In this particular video, we're going to discuss 555. My first question for you is, where are you seeing this number? You might have seen it once or multiple times. This is a number I've seen many times in my life, and you could see it anywhere on a license plate of the car in front of you. You may go to the grocery store to grab a snack and your total comes to 555, or perhaps you are looking at the clock at 555. You could be scrolling. I've mentioned these kind of things before. These are a lot of ways that people tend to see angel numbers, but I'm telling you, after a while, it may shock you at some of the places that you'll see them. You may see them on the clock in a TV show that you're watching. You may see 555 on their clock. It's pretty cool. It can be kind of scary at first for some people because you're like, why am I seeing this? This is an angel number, okay? So your angels are trying to give you a message. One of the first things I'll tell people to think about when they see an angel number is that you want to ask yourself, what was I thinking in the moment that I saw the number? Because you might have just been declaring something, like, man, I really need to leave that job. And then you might see 555. The biggest overall meaning for 555 is change. Change means a lot of things to different people. Most people don't like the word change. It can be quite an icky word for a lot of people. And I believe that's because change often requires us to go outside of our comfort zone. I've also realized over the years that some of the best times in life and moments that are had are outside of that comfort zone. A lot of times we have to go out of our comfort zone to achieve the goals that we have in life. The angels want you to know that you are about to go through huge changes, or maybe you are already going through them and they're just validating that. But what they want you to know is no matter how bad the changes may appear in your reality, in your life, no matter how bad or rough or difficult the changes, challenging they are or may be, that everything is going to be working out for the greatest good in your life. And the changes might not even be tough. A lot of times we assume as human beings that change is that icky word and it just means, oh, we're going to have to do things we don't want to do. Oh, change. But it's not always like that. I'd love to give you an example of a positive change. You and your partner might be preparing to have a child. And once you have the child, your life is greatly changed for the better. Okay, so it's like stuff like that, that's positive change. Or maybe the change is that you're going to get a better job or start your own business and work for yourself, and those are the changes. I guess you could say my point is that it's not always bad, and when it does appear bad, it truly is for our greatest good. Sometimes we have to work through our fears, oftentimes, pretty much all the time. We have to face a lot of our fears when we go to achieve goals, when we strive forward in life. The angels are encouraging you to keep moving forward through these changes, that no matter what, they're there with you. And please don't forget, you can call upon your angels and guides for help. Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed with all this change, please don't forget to ask them for help, ask them for assistance. Angels, please take away my fears. Please take away my anxieties and fill me with love and light energy. When you declare these things into the universe, you give these words power. And the angels are there to help you. So that's our responsibility as human beings to remember that and to use that, because they want to help us. So seeing 555 with the massive change, as scary as that might sound, it's all going to work out in the end. They're telling you everything's going to work out for the greatest good. So within the chaos that you may or may not be experiencing, they're reminding you and letting you know that it's all going to be okay. So please remember that. Now, the change is quite often external changes may be happening, a change of location where you live, a job, a partner, a change of the way you eat. It could be so many different things, but it can also indicate internal change. Maybe there's some things that you need to change about yourself to better your life. If you're in a rut, you see, our daily lives are constructed of our habits. It's called a paradigm. This is something I learned from Bob Proctor. It's called a paradigm. A paradigm is pretty much another word for your reality. And your paradigm is created through a cluster of your own habits. So 555 is asking you to call responsibility in your own life to make the changes that are best for you. This isn't always easy, but life is a journey. And it's those difficult parts that make the more easygoing parts even better, right? I'm not going to lie and sit here and say, life is always perfect and sugar-coated. That's bullshit. It's not. We're all on our own separate journey, but we're all one. So let's see. Before I tell you my special 555 story, let me think if there's anything else I can tell you about 5. 5s are letting you know that you are ready for spiritual growth in your life. Again, they're not going to give you more than you can't handle, even if it feels like it sometimes. You're under soul contract, my friends. As a lot of numbers will indicate, it's reminding you to keep a positive mindset about things, because really life is all perspective. Somebody could have all the riches in the world but still think that their life is terrible. Somebody could have close to nothing and think that they have the greatest life. It's all about what we believe, what we think, our thoughts, our feelings create. Our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions will project out to us what we experience in our outer holographic world, so to say. Okay, so 555 is, like all the numbers, a fantastic one to see. It may be a little bit intimidating at first because you're like, oh, change? Because maybe you don't feel change and you're like, change is coming. You never know. That change could be you winning the lottery. It could be you winning the Powerball, and the change is you going from making $100K a year to having $40 million. I just want to remind you of that. It's kind of a note for myself too. I've gotten nervous before seeing the 5s, I'm not going to lie, but I have to remind myself every time I see them, this is a divine message from source energy, from your angels. So this is beautiful. This is a connection with the angelic realm. So we shouldn't be afraid of it. They're always here to support us. No, I don't view any number, no numbers are bad numbers. It's just, for me personally, there are certain numbers I prefer to see over others. Like, I love seeing the number 711. It really takes me into my passion about talking about spirituality and the thought of teaching and stuff like that. But that's just a side note. Okay, let me tell you a little bit more about 555 before we come to a close here. I'm already ahead of myself with 711. Summing up 555, it's change all the way. Change, change, change for the best. And don't forget, you can also ask your guides and angels. You can declare out loud or through meditation or prayer, however you want to call it. I ask that I align with the highest timeline that is for my greatest good. So whenever you're experiencing the change, you can know and trust. You always want to have trust in your higher power and in the angels, that they have your back. Have trust that all of these changes are going to work out for the best. That's the main message for 555. So please don't be intimidated. It's going to be okay. I guarantee it. I have recently been through massive change, and I won't lie. It was very difficult through some of it. Very difficult. But coming out the other side, I will attest, I am so thankful I went through that, because now life is just so much better. I can see things more clearly, and I just feel like I'm in a better space. And I want that for you too, okay? Before I leave though, I gotta tell you, so 555, let me tell you my personal story. If you're still here with me, thank you for being here. Before I head out of this video, I want to share my story real quick about 5s that recently happened. I've been seeing them a lot over the years. I especially saw them before a huge move that I did from one state to another. But recently, probably about a month ago, I was visiting with a couple friends, and we were playing cards. I mean, more so they were playing cards, because honestly, I don't know anything about that at this point in life. It's just never really interested me. No offense to people who like cards. It just doesn't seem to click. as quickly with me. So they were pretty much playing cards, and they said, hey, you want to play this game? And I said, I have no idea how to play that. And they're like, oh, we'll show you. And it still didn't make sense. But I'm sitting down at the table, and they tell me to pull, I don't know, 5 or 7 cards. I don't even remember how much. I only remember one major part of the story, and I almost forgot it. Before I sat down to play cards with them, I looked at the clock, and it was 5:55 p.m. So that was already awesome. And I was like, oh, hey. And then I sat down to the table, and when I pulled that first round of cards, I kid you not, I had 3 5s in different suits. Don't remember, but there were 3 5s. Now, if that wasn't wild and awesome enough, seeing it on the clock and seeing it with me pulling the cards from the deck, I mean, come on, that was a strong message, and it was a little intimidating, but at the same time, it felt pretty good to me because at that time, I had some habits I really wanted to let go of, and I'd been contemplating changing them, and that was more of like this confirmation that, yes, make those changes for the better. So I had to give my cards back or whatever and then pull another round. Y'all, I kid you not. I pulled 3 5s. 3 5s. Again. Twice. Saw it on the clock. Pulled them twice separately. All within, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It was so, whoa, you know. It was like, okay, big message of change. And that was a month ago, and yes, lots of change. And it's been kind of like what I was saying before, inner and outer change. A lot of inner work, a lot of sitting in alone time and working through some shadow work, working through some inner work, and also things changing in my outer reality about my day-to-day life. So those cards didn't lie, the clock didn't lie. And I'm thankful for that change. So that's another example, other than winning the lottery, that change can be good. Let's look at it as something good. Because even if you're going through some kind of hell and it's rough, it's bringing you somewhere positive. You have to believe that. Believe that. Because it's true. What you believe to be true is. And so it is. I wish you all the very best. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out the other angel number videos that I have on the channel. I'm excited to start this angel number series and be back next week with a new angel number video. Enjoy and have a good one. I'll see you next time.